Hello, welcome to the stream. I'm always late. Am I? I can't.
Hello everyone, I'm Jeff Keighley and welcome to Gamescom.
I can't tap out now.
Live 2020. Now this year Gamescom is of
Hi
course
Jeff, by the way.
different than normal, and I hope all of you and your families are safe and healthy at home. In 2020, games have comforted and connected us more than ever. And with the launch of PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X later this year, games are only going to get better. Well, all summer, I was hopeful we could get to this very moment, a big live showcase filled with more than 35 games to kick off Gamescom 2020. Tonight, you'll get a first look at Fall Guys Season 2 and an extended gameplay demo of Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart for PlayStation 5. Plus, we might have a couple surprises along the way, too. But before we start, I want to acknowledge and thank all the game developers, marketers, and publishers who have worked under challenging circumstances to keep us entertained.
Is it loud enough, by the way?
This show is nothing without them or my production team, and doing a show at this scale safely is not easy, especially when all of you at home have some pretty insane expectations. I hope tonight reminds you why you love to play games. And with that, we're going to move on to our first game, with a game that was just announced yesterday, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. And joining me is Dan Vondrack from Raven to tell us about the game and give you an exclusive sneak peek. Dan, how you doing?
Better?
Good, Jeff. Thanks for having me here. This has been a dream project for us to work on from nearly
I don't have priority for decoding down to.
Black Ops Cold War was going to be a direct sequel to Black Ops 1, and we loved the idea of returning to the pillars built the Black Ops franchise: deniable operations, conspiracy grounded in history, and that shadowy world of paranoia. And we get to mix all those together, drop the player into the 1980s at the height of the Cold War, and it's really something that we know would feel relevant to today and also uniquely Black Ops.
Well, you start playing with Black Ops, everyone wants to know characters. We saw yesterday in the reveal trailers, some familiar faces. So, Woods, Mason, break it down. How does this fit into the Black Ops canon? You said it's a direct sequel, so are we going to see a lot of familiar faces?
Yeah, part of the fun in making this game was bringing back the iconic characters like Woods and Hudson and Mason and seeing how all those personalities mix with some of the new characters. So the campaign takes place in 1981, and we love that we've been able to have so many connections to the original Black Ops and really be that direct sequel to the game.
Now, one thing that I'm really excited about this is you're pushing the storytelling in kind of a new direction with some branches and some options about how you play through the campaign. Can you maybe walk us through your thinking there?
Yeah, one of the driving forces from early in development was to say, let's take this Black Ops thrill ride and infuse it with some player choice and some player freedom. Anything we can do to give the player a little more ownership over their experience. So that starts with allowing the player to create their own character for the Cold War campaign. They can name them and pick a military background and really pretend they are that Black Ops soldier that they want to be. From there, we wanted to take some of our missions and infuse optional objectives, multiple paths, and some player choice moments inside some of those missions. And it was fun to find that balance between the hard-driving Call of Duty action and these more non-linear experiences inside some of the missions. So
many games.
With choice comes the player wanting to feel
also
that impact.
Andres.
So some of those choices earlier in the game and some towards the end will actually shape the ending of the narrative of the campaign.
All right, so multiple endings to this game.
38 games or something. Not sure if all of them knew this one is not.
Things for us. It's like we
knew it was coming.
Has always been willing to take risks, and we all know they did some of this in Black Ops 2. And with our story and with these features, we loved paying homage to those early Black Ops games.
Oh, yeah, I remember the numbers. All right. Well, Dan, we are excited to see more of it. I know multiplayer reveal is coming in September, but since you got a switch there, maybe you could flip the switch on something exclusive for us, right? What are you going to show us?
Yeah, absolutely. This is really exciting because this will be the first time we've shown this outside the walls of the development studio. This is a scene from earlier in the game, and it's a critical point that really shows the narrative of the world and shows this threat that our heroes are going to be battling. So let's take a look.
1943. Detailed information from the Manhattan Project was stolen from Los Alamos.
Oh, the Manhattan Project.
By the Russian spy known as Perseus. 1968. The Vietnam War. Viet-Cong soldiers, orchestrated by Perseus, attempted to steal an American-made nuclear bomb from a U.S. firebase. 5 days ago, while on a mission, we acquired intel that Perseus is in play again and planning an attack on the West. Perseus. The CIA's analysts consider him to be the single largest threat to the free world.
Mr. Hudson, we're all aware of Perseus. We're also aware he's more myth than fact. I mean, personally, I think he's nothing more than the Russian boogeyman.
General Haig, allow me to introduce the man best suited to respond to that. CIA clandestine special officer Russell Adler. He's one of the few people who even come close to capturing Perseus.
Mr. Adler, why should we take this Perseus threat seriously?
You don't have to, sir.
Yeah, then a lot of innocent people are gonna die.
Why do you say that?
Sir.
Every time Perseus has come into play, it's shifted the balance of the Cold War. After 13 years of silence, if he's active, something big is gonna happen. Something that will affect the free world. Mr. President.
Sir.
Mr. President.
Mr. President, this is Jason Hudson and Russell Adler.
I know their names. Who do you think approved their last mission? Is the threat real?
Yes, sir, we believe it is.
Can you stop Perseus?
We can, sir. I've already submitted the requisition for my team.
Sir, their requests are highly irregular. Most likely illegal. If the press gets a hold...
What the hell are you talking about? Do you know who we are?
Every mission we go on is illegal.
Sergeant Woods, plausible deniability is the backbone of our work.
Al, we're talking about preventing an attack on the free men and women of the world. Give Mr. Adler whatever he wants. Gentlemen, you've been given an important task. Protecting our very way of life from a great evil. There is no higher duty. There is no higher honor. And while few people will know of your struggles, rest assured, the entire free world will benefit. I know you won't fail us.
Tonight we have some new game announcements for you guys as well, including this one, a new next-gen narrative action-adventure game from Reflector Entertainment in Montreal. It's called Unknown 9. The game tells the story of Haruna, a woman raised on the streets of India and haunted by visions of her own death. Haruna struggles to understand her mysterious innate abilities to manipulate the unseen. Check out this.
The unseen. I made a video about that. So, okay, that was Call of Duty. That looks like a new game. Was this already announced? Doesn't remember it. I don't remember it. Unknown 9 Awakening. Interesting. Okay, it continues. Maybe we see some gameplay of it, not just a render trailer. Kind of interesting. Unknown 9. This game haunts me till the end of days, I guess.
All right, right, let's get to the gameplay. One of this year's biggest games has been Doom Eternal. Tonight, we've got an exclusive first look at the
new
campaign
Doom stuff.
expansion called The Ancient Gods Part 1. Check this out.
For some time now. I knew the word the moment you set foot in the world.
There's recent an AMA with John Romero, creator of Doom, the original founder of id Software. But he's not involved in these new Doom things.
The only ones who can save this world.
Are there little legs? Is this me or is this a video? It's a very weird trailer in my opinion. Oh, gameplay looked doomy and interesting. Yeah, he is still alive. October.
2020 marks the 25th anniversary of a legendary game studio, BioWare. Tonight, Casey Hudson and the team wanted to give everyone around the world a little
Try
taste
something really
of
fast.
what's next. Casey, over to you.
Hey Jeff, it's great to see you again. You know, 6 years ago, we were on the stage with you at the 2014 Game Awards, accepting the Game of the Year for Dragon Age Inquisition. And since then, we've been imagining new ways to use next-generation technology to bring the world and characters of Dragon Age to life. We're still in early production, but we thought it was time to give you the very first look at how BioWare's passionate team of developers are crafting this very special game.
Maybe try something really fast in the background. Maybe switch my browser to show you the trailers.
I've been at BioWare for a really long time, so I
Yes,
got to see it
bit
grow
of
up
backstory.
and turn from a company of 35 people to a company of more than 300 people.
There's amazing people in the industry. There's amazing stories to be told with other people.
I love that character so much.
It's awesome. We're very experimental here at BioWare, so we're always coming up with new stuff.
We're always trying to improve, innovate, and bring new characters to life for our players and
moment.
fans to enjoy.
Properties.
The world of Dragon Age really has got it all.
So new Dragon Age stuff.
Frontier
Of course, I'm
stories,
now fiddling
it's
around
got
with
mystery,
my browser.
It's got hard-boiled detective stories. And of course, it's all wrapped up in kind of a fantasy setting.
I use a different one, maybe framed up for
in the Dragon Age world, and
further related.
Dragon Age to me is
Where is it?
a wonderful
There's
world
the
to
other
play
one.
in.
I am really excited
Is it correct
about the
thing
future
here?
of Dragon Age.
Dish. Oops, sorry.
Original flora, original wildlife, original architecture. That makes it fun to explore and discover.
In the next Dragon Age, you get an opportunity to see new things, new places, and interact with people who lived and grew up in these spaces as well.
For the game we're working on now, we want to tell a story. What happens when you don't have power?
On Netflix, there's a new series about John Romero, like a documentary about him.
Address the issues.
The things that you can expect in the next installment are going to be stories that focus on the people around you and the friends and family you make.
Something that we'll be able to look forward to in Dragon Age is a really close relationship with game characters who really become real for you.
We want characters to either be loved or hated. One of the best examples of that is Solus. Half the community wants to kill him, half the people want to marry him, then another part wants to do both.
They call me the Dread Wolf. What will they call you when this is over?
BioWare
and EA has been one of the forerunners in using motion magic technology, and that makes it way more realistic when you're looking at the characters and the way they walk and move and interact in the world.
Players want that suspension of disbelief that this wonderful collection of digital pixels is actually a living, breathing soul.
No, it's okay. That's the good kind of rumble.
I actually design bosses. I help with the creature design team as well. So I do all of like the big threats that you have to go up against.
Nobody dies on my watch. For the Wardens!
Choice is a big part of what Dragon Age is as a franchise. The decisions you make can affect change in the world.
Decision making can mean that a party member lives or a party member dies. And it means owning your outcome and reactivity to the choices that you do make.
I just love the possibilities that Dragon Age offers us, and I'm excited to explore a lot more of them.
To me, that potential is what gets you up in the morning. It's a fantastic opportunity every time.
Next up, it's time for something special.
Back to the Future? Oh, this is part of this transition screen.
Great Scott! I think there's serious.
No, it's Doc Brown.
Wow, wait, you're what's his name? Back to the Future.
Christopher Lloyd.
Brown, Doctor of Physics, not of Medicine, and certainly not that quack from Rick and Morty.
Yeah, we know who you are, but what are you doing here?
I did come back from the future to this precise moment on August 27th, 2020, because it's imperative we launch Surgeon Simulator 2 right now.
And what exactly do you have to do with Surgeon Simulator?
Yeah, everyone loves the movie. The Back to the Future movies.
Shire University invented a state-of-the-art medical training facility, otherwise known as the Surgeon Simulator Training Program. Now, 70 years later, we've digitized the experience. It's unbelievable. You can access the program through your computer and then be medically trained from the comfort of your keyboard. And it's available as of, great Scott, this very moment. Tonight, I want to world premiere a few examples of some of the incredibly successful test subjects who have already completed the course.
So you're saying a world premiere will save our future?
How is this even possible?
And speaking of time, I'm off to another world premiere, Avengers 26, The Return of the Sun.
I feel like he got a bit older.
2077. And with that, I leave the fate of the human race in your hands. Just make sure you play.
I don't know what it has to do with Surgeon Simulator, but
doctor's orders.
Put the arm back. That's on his head. No.
Let me give him a little pat on the head. Where does this part go? Wait, there, we got it. He looks good as new.
Such a weird game.
Good armor, bring it in here. We're dying. He's dying. Oh,
no, that's not right. My finger slipped.
He gets the right.
Jesus.
Yeah, the energy, that's true. I think the first film came out when I was born or something.
Doc Brown introducing Jacksepticeye playing Surgeon Simulator, only on opening night live. All right, well, if you thought that crossover was kind of crazy, wait until you get a look at this
Simulator.
next game announcement that I don't think
Is it loud enough though?
Coming. Check this out.
I can still make it a bit louder if you want. Is that Uke? That is Uke Bosse, I think. I'm pretty sure it is Uke. What is Uke doing in this show? So the actor is I think I know him. Not personally, but I know his name. He's from Germany. He also, there's like a university thing that does game design and stuff there. He's giving lectures and so on. He also worked for a German TV show that covered games and so on. Bridge constructor, The Walking Dead. This is weird. Interesting.
Tonight is just the start of Gamescom 2020. Over the next 3 days, there are more streams from IGN and Webedia with in-depth looks at games, a digital cosplay contest, and some special new shows just for Gamescom. Your portal for all things Gamescom this year is Gamescom Now, which you can check out at gamescom.global. Now, one game you'll hear more about later on IGN's post-show is this one, a return of two classic characters that I
just ate him,
love.
yeah.
Check this out.
Really funny guy. Happy Giant. He looks really happy.
In a world gone strange. One elite force stands against the darkness.
Wait, what are they called? The dog and the
Here, slip on
rabbit.
this little beauty for effect.
Sam and Max, yeah.
Sam, I'm blind. Oh, hello, miss.
No. That's Sam and Max. I knew when I saw the nose and then it was this adventure thing. Really cool.
The return of
Sam
Sam and Max. Yes. All right. And now it's time to say hello to my wonderful co-host for ONL from IGN. Please say hello to Sydney Goodman.
Thank you, Jeff. What's up, everyone? I'm Sydney Goodman, and I am thrilled to be here. Gamescom is always such a fun event, and throughout the show tonight, I'll be telling you about all the different ways that IGN is involved in this year's festivities. But first, I have an award to announce. The winner of Best Nintendo Switch Game is Little Nightmares 2. Huge congratulations.
They also what?
IGN is going to be here for all of Gamescom with great shows such as Gamescom Studio, where you can find me and my co-hosts for all day long games content, interviews, dev talks, and more. Plus, we have Gamescom Awesome Indies, the show with and for indie developers. That premieres Saturday, August 29th at 7 p.m. Central European Time, so be sure to tune in for more announcements and special guests. And now, let's go back to Jeff for our next big world premiere.
Okay. Not something
Awesome.
new.
Thank you so
I hope
much,
they show
Sid.
Elden Ring,
We're
by the
so
way, in
excited
case
to
you
see
wonder.
the,
What,
the
Chris? What are you
Gamescom
looking
studio
forward
and
to?
also
I hope they
Awesome
announce
Indies are
something
gonna be on the
Elden Ring
Daily
related.
Show tomorrow, so looking forward to that.
Yeah, Little Nightmares 2,
Well, on to our
probably
next game.
also a great
In the
game.
next World of
I have not played the
Warcraft
first one,
expansion,
but
players
looked
will journey
interesting.
beyond the mortal world of Azeroth to a place where no living soul has set foot before.
That looks like Diablo.
Shadowlands, the afterlife of an entire Warcraft universe. The infinite
Not
realms of the Shadowlands are watched over by different
Not
factions,
yeah,
known as
Warcraft,
covenants,
not Diablo.
each holding dominion over a
Azeroth
different
is Warcraft.
aspect of the afterlife. And depending on how someone lived their mortal life, they may end up as part
But
of
the
one
art
of
design
these
looks a bit
covenants when they cross over
Diablo-like,
into the
doesn't it?
Shadowlands. Today, we're excited to give you a closer look at the noble and pure Kyrian Covenant from the realm of Bastion, who are charged with carrying the souls of the dead into the beyond. So sit back and get ready for the world premiere of Bastion, the first in Blizzard Entertainment's new 4-part series of animated shorts called
Little starter there.
Enjoy.
The augmented reality stuff. Ah, okay. For Shadowlands, yeah, okay. I think I know what you mean.
Light, say
I was looking at chat for a moment. Bastion, also a great game. He has a multitasking abilities. He can do both.
Where am I?
Has made a sandwich instead. Sorry.
To Bastion.
Nyom.
You led a truly selfless life, and for that, you have been chosen.
Chosen?
To shed your mortal burdens and join the ranks of the Ascended, serving to ferry the souls of the dead unto the Shadowlands.
I serve the light, and my work is not done. There is an evil that must be...
There is no evil here. The darkness was sealed within the Maw long ago.
You're wrong. He destroyed my home, murdered my people and my king. He must be punished.
You are an aspirant now. You must accept your new purpose and purge yourself of this desire for vengeance.
What I desire is justice.
Devos, why are you training this soul? It is beneath your station as a paragon.
He cannot let go. He continues to demand retribution for his death.
And this concerns you? Many souls take eons to ascend.
Yes, but this one seems broken, Thenios. Unlike any soul I have seen. I have begun to wonder whether he was deemed worthy of Bastion. By mistake.
Be careful, Devos. I would not let the Archon hear such a thought. In time, he will forget. Trust our ways. Trust the path.
I like this art style though.
Devos, how long must we train?
Until you are ready to ascend.
And what is keeping me from ascension?
Nothing but the memory of your mortal life.
How can I forget when I can still feel his blade?
Your soul is wounded? Who did this to you?
He was my student. He betrayed us all.
Show me. The runes on his blade were unmistakable. This dark agent runs free on a mortal world with the power of the Maw itself in hand. Our realm is imperiled.
Impossible. The Maw is inescapable. You must return to the path.
If he had purged his life, we never would have known of this calamity. The path is flawed.
Enough! The order of the Shadowlands depends on the execution of our eternal charge. You will abandon this course.
As you command, my Archon. Uther! The time of your ascension has come.
I thought I was not ready.
Do you wish to see him punished?
I do.
Then prepare yourself. The moment he falls, we will claim him.
only darkness before me.
Now, cast him into the maw. Return him to the darkness he served. His eternal suffering awaits.
He was my student.
Remember what he did and take your vengeance.
Not vengeance. Justice.
Okay. Very weird story. Plus I get some Diablo vibes. Of it with angels and demons and whatnot.
Look at Bastion.
And an
Now,
Archon.
we know many of you can't wait to experience Shadowlands, and our friends at Blizzard want you to know the wait is almost over.
Has somewhat Diablo 3-esque. I'm not too deep into World of Warcraft. Actually, not at all. Curious what people that are into this, if they find this interesting or whatever. Somebody into World of Warcraft here?
October 27th, it is official, and we have so much more opening night live still to go for you. Ratchet and Clank, PlayStation 5, much more. Stay tuned. All right, but now it's time for the announcement of a new universe that is coming to gaming for the first time with a project from a Canadian studio. Check this out.
They have returned.
Uh-oh.
They corrupted. Divided. Conquered.
I have a little legs
Until
too.
finally, the gates of the celestial realm were thrown open. Our last remaining hope, the Stormcast Eternals. Vengeance made manifest.
It works again.
We will take back what the dead have ravaged.
Warhammer Age of Sigmar. Stormground. Oh, interesting. Didn't expect that. So, Warhammer Fantasy, it seems. And people probably like that. In case you wonder why that maybe looks similar to the Warcraft thing. Warcraft was originally intended to be... No, StarCraft was intended to be a Warhammer 40k game. I think Warcraft also is related to the Warhammer Fantasy stuff and so on. Phone game trailer. Yeah, well, it said it's a small continent, a small game studio, right? Small Canadian game studio. Like he's wearing this big mask. Oh, he is in Cologne, Köln, as we call it in Germany. That's actually the proper name, Köln. But I don't know why other countries call it, why in English it's called Cologne. And Köln is not that difficult to say, right? I assume it's because of the Latin
Crash
name.
apparently didn't get the memo about Gamescom, but to tell us more about what we just saw, I'm joined by Lou Studdert from Toys for Bob. Lou, what did we see there with Crash and the Gamescom bot?
Apparently you saw him wandering around Cologne, but what he was hinting at was kind of our reveal of what we call flashback tapes, which are a brand new style of level that we are announcing here
Nice,
today.
Unknown Emperor's here too.
So how do
Hello.
these flashback levels kind of play into the overall Crash 4 narrative?
Yeah, so the way that the flashback tape levels work is that they are kind of a peek back in time to the 90s when Neo Cortex was actually testing on Crash and Coco before the events of Crash Bandicoot 1. And they're kind of these devious puzzle rooms that we've made, and they're really hard, and they're really awesome, and they're super creative, and we can't wait to get people's hands on them.
Yeah, no, I got to play a demo of this a few weeks ago, and that was a challenge, so I can't imagine how nefarious these are. How are they going to be sort of integrated into the game? Are they optional, like offshoot stuff, or how do you get to them?
Sure. So players actually have to collect the flashback tapes in the levels themselves. They're an object that they can pick up, and to actually pick them up, they have to reach them in the level without dying. It's kind of our homage to the death routes from the original trilogy. So players have to reach these objects in the level, pick them up, and then once they get them, they'll get access to these unique levels.
So beyond the pure challenge, what other fun? How are these fun for players to kind of experience, and what do they get to do in them?
Sure. So one of the things that we did was we actually used these as, like I said, puzzle rooms, really kind of fun, nefarious, devious ways for Crash to really express that pure platforming kind of aspect of gameplay that we know and love about the franchise. But then narratively for us, it was really cool to layer in kind of a unique perspective to the franchise. This is the moment when Cortex is really excited about the prospect of Crash being on his team, because Crash was originally created by Cortex, and so this is a weird point in time that's never really been explored in the games before.
Awesome. All right. Well, Crash
Get a bit
4,
of
it's
Crash
about time.
Bandicoot lore.
Looks phenomenal, Lou. We cannot wait to check it out in October. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Awesome. All right. Well, we will be right back after this for more Gamescom Opening Night Live.
What is that?
I have become terror. The unseen predator. A rupture that obliterates without warning. Alone, the hordes of Enoch will fall before me.
Oh, that's Outriders.
But together, this entire planet will fear us. The anomaly alters us, each in our own ways, yet we are drawn down the same road.
I was also never that deep into Crash Bandicoot when it was. This game is, I think, published by Square, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's definitely Outriders, not. I already saw it. There's also footage of it, gameplay footage and stuff, so it's nothing really new. Maybe some new locations or so. Not sure if it's like cover shooter RPG element thing. Yeah, Outriders. Yeah, it looks interesting. Not sure if I would be into it. Oh, Red Bull commercial.
Welcome to the Hyperscape. Enter a contender.
Yes, ikuzo.
Leave as a champion.
This is it.
What is this? Is this Ubisoft shooter? I think that's the Ubisoft shooter, right? Forgot the name though. Hyperspace, yeah, that's it. LOL. Football anime. I watched that show as a kid. I'm not sure what the English name of the show is though. Make an anime football game. Tsubasa and his friends. Coming from a football nation, it was always Captain Tsubasa, that's the name.
I can see you're new here. Let me get
Loves
you up
the show.
to speed. The Underhive's named well. A sprawl of humanity suffering away like ants. Deep underground where we ain't
Prototype's really
trouble for the
interesting.
rich boys and girls, no matter how loud we are. And do we ever make some noise? Every Orlok says they could shoot the tail off a ladder.
Yeah, a lot of
and
those
they'd splash your head from 20 paces
co-op
the same
shooter
goods.
game
I don't wanna
things.
say
What is this now?
But when their armor, blood, skin, and will are of iron, it's a potent combo.
It's like the flavor of 2020, I guess.
Someone like you want to know about an all-female gang of psychopaths, drug dealers, killers, cloners, and makes sense. And Escher will cut you up just for the fun of it. Goliaths are big. That's it. Anything smaller than them doesn't deserve to live. And they're just as happy filling you with lead as they are smashing you to pieces with a power maul. Now, mixing that whole pot together in a place like this, you can imagine what happens. Chaos, gang warfare, for wealth, for
It's
power.
basically
Hell,
Borderlands
sometimes
with
just for fun.
less
So,
comic art
think
style
you're
thing.
ready? Necromunda Underhive Wars comes to PlayStation 4,
Necromunda.
Xbox One and PC on September 8th.
O futuro dos jogos, além de realidades virtuais extremamente fidedignas e realistas, eu acho que também se encontra em formas mais expressivas e absurdas, quebrando cada vez mais esses paradigmas de formato de videogame que a gente tem e sendo usado mais do que nunca como uma ferramenta de expressão artística.
I envision the future
No, Fortnite's not
game
like
to
Overwatch,
be
it's
quite
Battle Royale.
bright and quite online.
The next generation
Overwatch
of
is a
console
hero
will clearly
shooter
allow
thing.
AAA and indie developers
6v6.
to build more creative-driven games that I hope will cover more diverse subjects.
I want to play all kinds of
You can't
stories
build
about
in-
people and places, both real and
I mean,
imagined.
Torbjorn
I want
can build
comedy games, I want
tower.
autobiographical games. I really want to see what people can do with the medium.
Pro futuro dos games, eu vejo uma evolução, obviamente, gráfica, mas eu vejo ainda mais evolução na inteligência artificial.
I'm also not sure
e na
what
maneira
language
como
this
a qual
is.
A gente interage com os games, tudo em busca
Maybe
de
Andres
experiências
knows.
mais imersivas.
Could this be Romanian? It sounds a bit Italian.
You know, one of the things I love about opening night is that we can show you the biggest games in the industry and also smaller titles that should be on your radar. So pay attention to this next game. It comes from a team of two in Sweden, Tuxedo Labs. Over the past 3 years, developer Dennis
Yeah, the last guy was Romanian. And the first guy too, I think. It sounded a bit Italian, but somehow also distinctively East European, so it must be Romanian.
So I asked Dennis to prepare a special trailer just for tonight. I hope you're equally inspired by the ideas in this next game. Definitely one to watch. Teardown.
Kind of interesting. I guess there are not many games coming out of Romania. That looks cool. It's basically Minecraft with destruction. Is this a voxel-based engine? Maybe they just showed it a moment ago, I just didn't read it. Pretty impressive though. Destruction like this always is always fascinating. It's Roblox too. Maybe. I have no idea what about Roblox. And it also is based on little squares. Not squares, cubes. It's the word, right? The white word. Why not square is the two-dimensional thing. So voxel is also basically like a three-dimensional thing. I'm not sure if those are voxels or if they're just cubes that made out of polygons. This could be a voxel-based engine. Somebody noticed they're saying something about voxels? Well, it looks very interesting. Teardown. Yeah, that's a good name. It's voxel based. Okay, I hope Kirdan would have catched this information. Oh, nice. You know, actually follow it. That looks really cool.
We announced Little Nightmares 2 to the world. Well, the team at Tarsier Studios hasn't shown anything since, but that changed right now. Here is a first look at the gameplay of Little Nightmares 2, which is coming next February, with more to come throughout the week at Gamescom, including a live demo on Gamescom Studio.
It's so weird. The augmented reality looks really weird. The problem is that the light effect is assumed baked on the model and it's coming from the wrong direction, even though the shadow is cast into the right direction.
Nice. All right, thank you.
Yeah, it looks really cute. Little Nightmares 2. Little Nightmares 1 looked also cute like this. It's a little puzzle adventure game, I would call it. It's also a bit scary though. I like the sound that the what is the name of it? Had a really dissonant sound the seesaw made. Yeah, it won't look cute for long, that's true. Oh, is this a Ring reference? Yeah, now it's creepy. Like I said, it's also creepy. Oh, the Slender Man also has a guest visit. Well, the game is called Little Nightmares, so it's cute, but also nightmarish. I think they catch this really well. Really, really cool art style. Oh, actually a little bit of the Ring in it, I guess. Yeah, was it the Ring? I think it was.
I'm WWE Hall of Famer Jerry the King Lawler, and I'm reuniting with my old buddy Mauro Ranallo to bring you all the over-the-top action in WWE 2K Battleground. Mamma mia!
Nice air grab.
This is great.
I saw this somewhere.
Video game is over the top outrageous with over 70
I think it's a handy. It is a not handy. Oh boy, now it's the German word. The mobile game, right? Mobile phone game. Man, so weird. German for mobile phone we say handy for whatever reason. But it sounds English, so in my mind sometimes I say it instead of the other word.
And you know what? Here's a closer look at the insane action. It's a great evening for WWE action. Oh, wow. Take that, Mauro. Man, it's so good to see the Bella Twins at their best. And now, let's keep this party rolling with another matchup. Oh, look out, Mauro. The Undertaker has risen.
The Undertaker. Long time no see, my friend.
For his last ride. Mamma mia, what a move! Finish him! Oh no! He just hit the snooze button! How do you lose like that? What's the matter with you legends? So this is just an example of the pandemonium that you're gonna experience when you head to the battlegrounds. Whew, that's a big toy hammer! Oh, I can't believe my eyes! Seth Rollins delivers the stomp! What a night! What a night! This is the greatest thing I've ever seen! Pre-order WWE 2K Battlegrounds today and brawl without limits. Mamma mia! Oh, sorry, Mauro. I know that's your line.
Interesting.
Hello again. I have even more awards to announce, so let's get right down to it. The winner of Best Action Adventure Game is Watch Dogs Legion.
The city needs
Wait,
resistance.
the game isn't even out yet.
It starts with you. What do you say?
I'm usually not a very good, a big fan of giving games an award that aren't out yet. I guess it's a show about things that, games that aren't out. Squadron. I'm actually probably try this game too. Not sure. It looks kind of cool. But I wait for reviews though.
The winner of best multiplayer game
Looks just as real as a real thing. Maybe. I loved wrestling a bit when I was younger, like around 2000. It was like
The
winner of best indie game is Curious Expedition 2.
oh no.
Did not believe what I had witnessed.
I just thought about if this game is maybe, I forgot the name though. Need to check up load up my Steam for a moment to find it out. It is called.
To all the winners. As I mentioned, IGN will be here for all of Gamescom with great shows and new ways for you to get all your gaming news. Check it out.
Gamescom 2020 is the heart of gaming, and you can keep to the beat right here on IGN. We've turned
Renowned Explorers International Society. Maybe it was related to that. Not sure. It reminded me a bit of that.
Coverage. Gamescom Daily Show, Gamescom's first ever late night talk show. Our Gamescom
Everyone watched
Awesome Indie
wrestling.
Show, the fresh and
Hideo
deep cuts
Kojima.
in indie gaming, and finally the Gamescom Best of Show, including the Gamescom Award. Gamescom 2020 is available on IGN and wherever you stream Gamescom now.
There was a time I could watch the UK Cartoon Network in Germany after it became TNT, and on TNT's wrestling also was shown. So I watched it after Cartoon Network program ended.
We've missed those. In Squadrons, you'll suit up and fly
Well, let me shut up for a moment.
Republic and the Galactic Empire across intense 5v5 multiplayer battles, as well as an all-new, authentic single-player story set after the events of Star Wars Episode 6,
Yes,
Return of the
single
Jedi.
player.
Today,
Oh no,
you
after
get a
Episode
glimpse of what
6.
Squadron's
No.
story has to offer by
That's
taking
when
a
everything
brief
goes
look at one of
downhill.
those
I hate
single-player
the new
missions
movies,
featuring
most
some
of them
light
at least.
narration by the Motive team. Let's check it out.
Rogue One was nice, even though it plays
We all choose our path.
it plays
Light
before
or dark.
Episode 4, I guess.
Freedom or destruction. The Empire chose to destroy Alderaan in order
Solo was
to
also
spread
okay, in my
fear
opinion.
and
Was not
douse
that
the
bad.
fires of rebellion.
But Episode 7, 8, and 9 were all terrible. I hated them a lot.
Show the Empire that we are not
Can't even name which one I hate the
It
most.
was their bravery that ended Palpatine's reign and brought about our new republic. However, the Empire lives on, shattered though it may be. As I speak,
Yeah, maybe because of that. It was also in development hell for some time. The director changed and it had trouble. They had to reshoot things and whatnot. Didn't even the protagonist actor changed?
with the help of brave and daring pilots, this war can end. Make a choice. Fly with the new republic. Change our galaxy for the better.
I thought so. Sometimes I don't want to talk over the game too much, or the trailer.
Narrative producer on Star Wars Squadrons.
On the other side, if you want to watch it without my commentary, you probably should not watch it here.
Take Titan Squadron. Hunt down this Starhawk and eliminate it.
Gladly, Admiral Sloan. Over the course of the story, you'll fly as two pilots on opposite sides of the war. And, like all modes in Star Wars Squadrons, you'll have the option to experience every mission fully immersed in VR.
Wedge Antilles, Rogue Squadron. I hear you're the reason I was able to finally get a comm through.
Oh, VR support, that's
We're
nice.
giving you a glimpse of an early Imperial mission behind enemy lines.
One of our spies, Agent Thorne, has discovered vital intelligence on Project Starhawk. Your
This is
mission
my,
is to
my opinion,
extract
smart
her
move
from
to
the portal
offer
outpost of
VR
our
options for this.
Behind enemy lines, you'll have to eliminate perimeter
Some of the cutscenes
defenses.
didn't look that great though, I have to admit. Just how the things that were just deployed, the TIE fighters,
And
looked
our
a bit weird.
extraction team will acquire Agent Thorne.
Some stuff
Once
also
Thorne is
looks good.
secure,
Don't get me wrong
reach
there.
your Xanti cruisers and return to the Overseer.
Cover our escape and escort us to the jump point. We have Republic corvettes inbound. Move, Titan.
Ladies, change course and keep Agent Thorne safe. Titan 3, take out those fighters.
Did you see the popping on the ships? I Germanized it. Took a lot of excellent German today. I don't know why.
No time to celebrate. Move on.
Hey, it was weird. Did you see this? There was like texture popping and stuff. That should not happening in the trailer.
Republic and a shattered empire.
Debrief with your squad mates between missions.
You're our new wingmate.
Customize and master all 8 starfighters and join the galaxy's finest.
I need you focused and ready to go.
From bombing runs at the Nadiri dockyards to setting a trap in the Xavian abyss, the story of these rival squadrons will push the war to the brink and define the galaxy for years to come.
Really curious how this game
I
will
look
be.
forward to seeing you in combat October 2nd.
Fathers wanted. 2nd October. Also, I have to say I hate the United States date format that they put month, day, year. That makes no sense. Like, how about day, month, year? Is it the same in the UK too? I think it's just a US thing, right?
Resort and Walt Disney World Resort that inspired The Sims' latest game pack. Check this out.
Yeah, same in Germany. We do day, month, year. Makes the most sense. Star Wars The Sims, that's actually... I mean, EA has the license, so they of course... What on earth? Put it everywhere? Now we have a Star Wars Sims game? Well, I can't believe it, to be honest. I found it funny and disgusting at the same time. I mean, a Star Wars DLC for Sims.
Even more Star Wars to come later in the show. Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga is up, and as we move into our second hour, we've got Fall Guys.
Not more Skywalker Saga stuff.
Still to come, the reveal of that, which I can't wait for you guys to see, and of course, a gameplay demo of Ratchet and Clank ripped apart for PlayStation 5.
Disgusting in the sense of it is milking the Star Wars franchise. And the Star Wars franchise was milked a lot, but this is, in my opinion, a new level of milking.
This interactive thriller about a
what is your problem, people? I mean, it's Star Wars. It shouldn't be in Sims.
An absolutely all-star cast to the game.
I mean, Star Wars invented the merchandise and so on, milking. But...
All right, close your eyes. I want you to think of a flower. Look at its contours.
Oh, this game. We haven't heard for quite some time for it. Now... Okay, shut up for a moment.
Moving backward. Returning to its bud. Think of that bud. Unopened. Look at it as a whole. Then silently repeat these phrases. May you be free from...
Of course there are no rules. That has nothing to do with The Sims. That's just to do with milking Star Wars.
You know peace and joy.
Even more. Yeah. Kind of interesting. Yeah, 12 minutes. We play the same 12 minutes every time. Then you have to do maybe small changes to... I assume it's something like a puzzle game, I guess. And experience a very interesting or powerful story.
It's going to be a really special indie game. So glad to announce that here on the show. Now, last year at the Game Awards, we announced
that's the
a new looter shooter coming to PlayStation 5 and PC from Counterplay. Tonight, we
got a
soon,
right?
Sneak peek of one of the new Valor plates with more footage coming.
Can check
as
it for
part of
in a moment.
Gamescom 2020. Check this out.
Oh, my nose is I need to sneeze. I don't know what's going on with me. Late 2020, it says. Oh, like very good that they this time decided to not put weird music under this trailer. Oh, that was everything. It looked kind of cool, gameplay-wise.
We have much more O&L to come. Exclusive looks at LEGO Star Wars, The Skywalker Saga, Fall Guys Season 2. Wait until you see what the Mediatonic guys are up to, and so much more. But first, I'm sure
yes,
you
it is
saw
Willem
that
Dafoe.
earlier this
What
week,
was?
Heart of Deimos, Warframe's newest expansion, was released on PC, Xbox, and PS4. And today, it's also on Switch, all platforms. Here's a look at the Heart of Deimos.
It looks not bad though, even though I'm looter thing. I'm a little bit. What is this? I didn't listen.
Subvert new territory to our sovereign will.
Is it Godfall again? Yeah, it is.
But that was what it wanted to. It raged on.
Or am I wrong?
Through metal, bone, flesh, life. We are infested with it.
No, it's not. Is it? I'm not sure. I'm confused. Chat, what is this?
Visitors? Now, the gateway is failing.
No, it's...
The jaws close.
I'm confused. This does not look like the other game a bit.
Heartbeat approaches.
Ah, that's Warframe? Okay, okay.
Have you tried turning it off and on
Well, Warframe came a long way then.
Before we fall, we shall scream. There is one who will hear the heart of Deimos.
Yeah, it's Warframe. Well played, Kierdan.
So many people have been discovering or rediscovering video games during lockdown, whether it be older people or bored teenagers or middle-aged parents who suddenly find they have to do something together with their kids. And I think I've given out more advice about video games in 2020 than any other time ever. And as a result, it's more important than ever that we keep making different, interesting things for folk to play.
A pandemia pela qual a gente está passando tem sido um período difícil a todos. Então, nesse momento, eu acho que a gente precisa lembrar de mostrar mais empatia, demonstrar mais amor, mais carinho e saber que a gente vai sair dessa juntos. Vai ser difícil, mas isso tudo vai passar.
I hope everybody gets healthy and safely through this corona
Christian Stachelhaus.
virus time. Care about other people and wear your masks.
Jogos são, na minha opinião pessoal, a forma de arte mais incrível de se expressar. Eles englobam tudo: música, arte, escrita, e você tem a chance de controlar e vivenciar essas experiências.
Is this also Romanian?
É mágico, é maravilhoso. Jogos são por amor.
Well, we saw this, by the way, right? Yeah, it's a completely different game. I never was really into never tried it, to be honest. I'm just not the hugest looter. Okay, that's funny. Did not expect the frying pan. I don't like the music though. Pile driver. Oh no! Stop lagging. Override 2, that's the first game of this? Is a fighting game in its base? That would be cool. I like fighting games. But I'm not sure I know the first game though. Sign up for beta. That's interesting.
All right, guys, we're back officially into hour 2. We've got an hour more of great stuff
What?
to show
Another
you.
hour.
Destiny 2 Beyond Light. Stasis, you're going to see a brand new look at that. Fall Guys Season 2 and Ratchet & Clank for PlayStation 5 and so much more across the next hour. Opening night
Yeah, the
live
success of
continues,
Fall
and
Guys
it
is
just
actually
is
impressive.
The start of Gamescom 2020.
Like
But
I
right
just
now,
read on
September
Steam alone,
25th,
it sold 7 million copies.
Edition launches a comprehensive, built from the ground
It just came out, but they sold 7 million copies. To get it going, they need to release content now. I think that's a very smart move. If you have success and the train is running, you should never stop. You should just say, okay, we make more content. Let's make more mini games, missions, modes, custom servers, whatever.
In this room, they're here because they have the only
Mafia.
thing that matters to me.
No?
The only thing that should matter to any of us. You know what that is, Tommy?
They're loyal.
That's right.
Yeah, that's Mafia. I mean, 7 million copies is one of the most successful Steam releases ever. It's just ridiculous how successful Fall Guys is.
Extra stuff in your pockets full of Salieri's dirty money.
I think it's really important that they release custom servers that, for example, streamers can play with their community. I think that would be really fun and elevate this game even further. It should be a really high priority for them.
I'm trying to teach you the ropes, so you don't get strangled by them.
Now you stay straight with me.
Good old Mafia, also a really nice game when it came out. I have a friend who was a huge fan of it, or is. I haven't talked to him in years, sadly. Oh, that's unpleasant.
Welcome to the family.
Really impressive remake of the original game. If you look how the original looks quite different than that. But they made this game completely
Next, we're going to introduce you to a
new.
turn-based multiplayer strategy FPS from a team in Montreal, Canada. Lemnis Gate is coming in early 2021 and has a unique mechanic built around a 25-second time loop. Check
What
this
on
out.
earth? That sounds interesting. Time loop. I'm sold. I think that's a really smart idea, though. That's a really unique idea. I'm not sure if I saw something like this, if I understand this correctly. It's a really interesting idea for a turn-based system. Wow. I have not opened a document. I need to write this down.
Next
This
spring,
actually
get ready to experience memorable
is really
moments
smart
and non-stop action from all
idea.
9 Star Wars films in LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. The entire series
Can we
has been
please not talk about the last
reimagined
3
with new,
films,
fun-filled
please?
LEGO humor, and now we've got your first look at the gameplay trailer.
How's your chat? How's your relationship to the episode 7, 8, and 9?
I want to learn the ways of the Force and become a Jedi like my father.
The Force is unusually strong with him. That much is clear.
Twisted.
I by the dark side.
I try to suppress the memories. Okay. Yeah, same.
That boy is our last hope.
No, there is another.
You don't like is an understatement. I absolutely hate 7, 8, and 9. For me, they don't exist. I see them as like fan movies. That's not canon. It's just... oof. Make no sense, this film. Series. This trilogy. I'm not even sure. About if I liked... Rogue One was nice. Also liked Solo. Still no competition for 4, 5, and 6, though.
Not him, the Falcon.
I mean, 8 was such a weird movie.
I am a Jedi, like my father before me. So be it, Jedi.
Okay, that was funny.
Man, Lego Star Wars looks so fun coming to next gen as well. All right, we'll be right back with more world premieres from huge new games like Ratchet & Clank, Rift Apart, Medal of Honor, Above and Beyond, and Destiny 2. But before that, here's a look at a game that is launching tonight on Nintendo Switch and Steam. It's called Struggling from Frontier, a fun physics-based platformer where up to 2 players control Troy, our fleshy hero. Check this out, and remember, you can play this tonight.
Yeah, but... what on earth? Skull and Bones? Or is it a trailer to Port Royale? Settlers? I think it's Port Royale 4. Looks good for Port Royale 4 though. It releases soon, does it? It looks not good enough for Anno. No, it's not Port. Is it? What is this game? It must be Port Royale 4. It's the only one I can think of. Was it like a mod for Age of Empires or something? Or it doesn't look maybe it is Age of Empires. Yeah. Maybe it is. But it looks a little bit... the quality of the video, it doesn't look that great for this being Age of Empires, considering that we're talking about Age of Empires. Yeah, no, it's definitely not... Port Royale is definitely not... but it doesn't look that great. Why is the quality so bad? It's definitely Age of Empires now. But Really weird trailer. Oh. Oh. That is why. It's not Age of Empires 4, it's Age of Empires 3. So a definitive edition. However, I have to admit, Age of Empires 3 was one of my biggest gaming disappointments in my life.
We're near Little Hope. Did you hear that?
That's a good name for a place, Little Hope. But I was not the hugest fan of Age of Empires 2, I have to admit. I got this and was really disappointed with this game. I think it's not a bad game, but I just expected... Yeah, my computer, the internet connection disagrees. It says, Age of Empires 3, oof. How did you like Age of Empires 3? Have you played it? Oh, that's sad. Project Cars,
I gotta
what's
say,
this?
the game that I've given the most hours to, that I love going back to, is Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I have to say, since Origins...
They're altering the interviews, right? Always, every time they have the same thing to say.
And I have put almost 400 hours into Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
At the moment, I enjoy to play Fall Guys with my friends. It's very funny, easy to learn, but hard to master.
I have a few games that I binge play.
I haven't seen her like in ages.
Halo, the entire Master Chief collection, is really a big one for me where that's concerned.
I think she was on some podcast as a guest, like 5 years ago or so.
I haven't put down Animal Crossing.
Maybe on Co-optional
I
podcast.
find the daily repetitive rhythm so soothing and predictable. Although much like
Yeah,
my Island is still
maybe it said 4,000 hours. Not sure too.
Up next, we
I'm
have
talking
the
too
award
much.
for Best Microsoft Xbox Game, and the winner is Tell Me Why. Congratulations to Don't Nod Entertainment. Well, after a big day of Gamescom events and announcements, you'll be happy to know that IGN is going to help you digest all that info with Gamescom Daily Show, where you can get all the daily highlights and a late night show experience from gamers for gamers. Back to you, Jeff.
Thank you very much.
Oh, that's
Sid.
funny. The Gamescom Daily of Deutsch, which means the Gamescom Daily Show in German.
Game that is out now that you can play on Xbox and Game Pass. And as we know, there's a lot going on in the world, and that goes beyond the pandemic. Between social conflicts we're seeing in the news and acts of nature, we can see how vulnerable we as people can sometimes be. And now I think it's as important time as ever to remember to come together and support one another. We are a global gaming community. There are millions of people watching tonight, and I know we're all here because we love games and we know that games are good in the world and can bring us together, and I think we've all felt that in 2020. So I think that's really important to remember amongst all the games and trailers.
But I think Resident Evil 2 probably after
as
this.
a community we can come together to do some good is the Gamescom Forest.
The remake.
Gamescom has launched a reforestation project by planting a Gamescom forest together with the community. Gamers worldwide can go to gamescom.global and donate to plant more trees. So let's plant a forest together. All right, well, now we're going to move on to another game, and this one was announced back in May. Chorus is a dark space combat shooter where players take control of Nara on a quest to destroy the dark cult that created her, featuring rich, ray-traced 4K 60 FPS environments on next-gen hardware. Here is the first look at
say
gameplay
ray trace.
from Chorus.
What is Chorus?
You have broken my heart.
Is this Destiny?
For your betrayal, you will be broken.
No. You don't fly in Destiny, if I remember correctly. What was the game I tried though? I forgot the name. I tried some demos some months ago. But it looks different though. Chorus. Rises 1, Stadia, PC, PlayStation, okay, every platform. Interesting.
How many crowns have you won? If one game has defined the summer of 2020, it absolutely is Fall Guys from Mediatonic in London and Devolver. This game is setting records and putting a much-needed smile on everyone's face. Fall Guys, I think, represents our industry at its absolute best.
Fall Guys Season 2.
Soon, the Fall Guys experience will evolve with Season 2. There's a lot of new stuff coming, and tonight, Mediatonic is about to give you an exclusive sneak peek at what's next. Get ready. I think the internet is about to freak
talked
out.
About this.
Here it is, Fall Guys Season 2.
Really nice. I think that's really huge for Devolver, that it's this successful.
Hey, I'm Joe. I'm the lead game designer on Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout, and I just want to reach out and say thank you to everyone who's been playing and enjoying the game so far. As a team, we've been looking at all the fan
He looks young for a lead designer that just sold 7 million copies, but my congratulations, my friend.
Today, we just wanted to give everyone their first sneak peek at the rounds and the costumes that they can be enjoying as part of Fall Guys Season 2.
So probably there will be more hats and costumes. That's to be expected, but okay, this looks like a new thing.
In Season 2, you'll be dressing your Fall Guy as a medieval hero and competing across brand new rounds inspired by epic quests from the Middle Ages. Traverse giant drawbridges, dodge swinging axes, and scale movable siege ramps in the quest for ultimate game show glory.
Do I trust this? I know the game though. Like, it is not a blind playthrough. But no, I don't trust you. If you want to answer to that. Oh, you can now move stuff around. Not sure if this was possible before.
We hope you enjoyed the sneak peek of Fall Guys Season 2. We're still adding the finishing touches to development, but if you want to stay up to date, then @FallGuysGame on Twitter is where you want to be. See you on the start line.
Hopefully a sneak peek. I hope they, though, make the custom server thing for streamers.
My father has Colorado in the palm of his hand, and he's afraid to close his fist.
What?
I am not.
Yeah, that's true. Oddly fascinating. I'm so happy that it's so successful. Wasteland. It comes out soon. It could be Wasteland. Wait, the reviews came out just recently, right?
She's got more brains and cunning than both her brothers put together. She's the only one who could actually run Colorado. She's already tried once.
Vic's a depraved child, and Val's a brain without a spine. The years my father wasted grooming them for glory when I was right there.
You just throw a Pokeball with a giant spider robot in it. I said, no, I will not trust you. Not always, sometimes.
Go back to Arizona, Rangers.
It's also on my list, though. But I also have not played Wastelands 2 yet. Wastelands was originally the game that, if I'm not mistaken, was it Wastelands? That Fallout
I really haven't found
developed out of. Oh,
new appreciation for gaming at this time, because my appreciation for gaming before
kind of interesting that he is in the show. The Pete's Meets. It's a group of German YouTubers who have a channel together, and he was basically Peter Smith, which they are named after. In case you wonder who that guy was. He's a German YouTuber. Fascinating, right?
To the real Japan just because I've heard that in real life they don't let you run around with katanas.
I appreciate games a lot more than films, music, or whatever.
And it's another of the Pete's Meets.
It's just fine for me to have the time to play with friends or even with my family to have a lot of fun.
I've been mostly at home with small children, and gaming is the only thing that I get to do for myself anymore. I find it's not only an escape, it's also a way to challenge my brain.
Gaming is becoming clearly more important for a lot of people. You know, play is a natural instinct, and from Animal Crossing to The Last of Us Part 2 or Ori, yes, it's definitely an incredible time now to be a gamer, yes.
French accent is kind of cool, though.
Hey everyone, I'm Vince Sampella, head of Respawn Entertainment.
Oh.
When we set out to create Medal of Honor Above and Beyond, we knew we wanted to bring the series back to its roots. The Medal of Honor franchise is known for its powerful and exciting single-player stories that put the player in the boots of a soldier who was there. It's a series that is grounded in history, which tells emotionally authentic stories. Peter Hirschman, who directed the original Medal of Honor in 1999, is back at the helm of this project. You'll hear more from him in just a bit. Peter and I actually worked together on Medal of Honor Allied Assault in 2002, and I'm really happy he's joined us at Respawn to craft a completely new experience in VR. The team is creating a riveting and emotional
sometimes it
journey
is
through
very
World War II
strong, but
we've
this guy
never
was,
seen or played.
I think, fine
It
understand
weaves in the personal
how to understand it, right?
of the veterans and survivors of the war through powerful interviews.
Depends
that help
on
set
the
the stage for what
speaker
players
and
will
how
experience.
strong the French
It's more than
accent
just
can
a
be.
game. And we could not be more excited to show the world the next look at Medal of Honor Above and Beyond and the game's action-packed story. Let's take a look.
So interesting. The Respawn dudes are doing Medal of Honor again. Not again, but they do it. They also did Jedi Fallen Order. It would be so great hearing of a new game of that series.
Let me be clear with all of you.
I remember when the first Medal of Honor came out, it was really popular. But they somehow ran this franchise down. Oh, it also has
Welcome to
VR.
France, gentlemen. I lead the local resistance cell. Something big is happening inside Gestapo headquarters, and we don't know what
You
it
can
is.
watch the watch. I loaded up on YouTube. Don't worry. I will stop the stream after this ended and start streaming right after it. You can post the link to the VOD on the server. Do you have something like this?
But you really should stop. There is no future in it.
Sorry to interrupt, Lieutenant.
Yeah. Kind of interesting. This Medal of Honor was Call of Duty when, somewhat Call of Duty-ish, when Call of Duty wasn't a thing. And then Call of Duty came out and Medal of Honor lost track a little bit. And Call of Duty took over. The first two Call of Duties were also World War II.
Like I said.
The third one was like a Wii exclusive or something weird. And then the fourth was a Modern Warfare one. That basically also defines the Call of Duty series. But it's kind of interesting how those two are, then, especially considering, this we must consider. Respawn Entertainment. Some people left the Call of Duty company, Infinity Ward, I think is the name, right? Like Sampella. And he went to make the Titanfall games with Respawn. He founded Respawn then, and now Respawn is back to doing Medal of Honor. And Sampella also worked, I think, on the first.
Thank you so much.
On the early, he said it in the interview.
Now we're here with Respawn Entertainment's Peter
Medal of
Hirschman,
Honor.
game
Kind of
director
interesting
on
how
Medal of
everything is
Honor
connected.
Above and Beyond, to talk more about their new VR experience. Peter, I gotta say, the trailer really grabbed me. Such
I already announced that I
incredible
stream and
story
will
that you're
play
telling to,
Resident Evil
tell us a bit
later
about
in the
this
news
single-player
channel.
experience. What can we expect?
Well, Jeff, thank you for having us on the show. I'm representing a whole team back at Respawn that's been working really hard on this, and it's so exciting to premiere the trailer with you. Medal, going back to its roots, was always about putting the player in the boots of a soldier fighting in World War II. And with VR, we're able to do that in almost a literal way. It's definitely the most immersive experience, most immersive combat experience I've ever been able to work on. And the story follows you as a player being recruited into the Office of Strategic Services, commonly known as the OSS. and their mission was sabotage, espionage, search and rescue, everything in between. You name it, they did it. And they're known by a different set of initials now, the CIA. But during World War II, they sent operatives all over Europe, deep behind enemy lines. And that allows us to tell a story where you get to go to these places and locations and participate in events that really helped shape the outcome of the war.
One of the things I love about the trailer is you can tell there's a lot of interactivity in the environment, emergent gameplay. You got the piano and other things in there. Tell us a bit about how you're using that to tell the story. It seems like it's all kind of through a first-person perspective, but there are some story sequences. How do you tell the story?
Oh, well, we shot over 120 pages of narrative, which is more than some feature films. We had a huge international cast of phenomenal actors. And it was fantastic. And the story follows a classic three-act structure.
Okay, just let's see.
Act 1 is working with the French resistance, getting ready for the invasion. Act 2 is D-Day itself and the fight to get to Berlin. And then the third act is dealing with the Nazi secret weapon program, which involved things like the 262 jet and the V2 rocket and things that could have really turned the tide of the war if we hadn't stopped them. So you get to go on this journey, this story. And the story is shot all from your perspective. Because it's VR, your head is the camera. We don't have cutscenes. We don't have edits. Everything revolves around your perspective. So you experience this story completely in first person as if you are there. So it creates a much more intimate and emotional connection with the characters and the things going on around you. It was an incredible way to shoot. One of our animators stood in for the player throughout the 3 weeks that we were on stage. And all the actors are always reacting and talking to you directly. And in VR, it's such a powerful thing. It's all about building that emotional connection, and it just makes the experience all the more authentic.
Well, you and Vince, I know this series is really close to your hearts, and when I saw the trailer, I'm like, wow, there's so much there to experience. It looks really rich and detailed, obviously authentic as well. Paying tribute to everyone that was involved in the war. I wanted to ask you also about multiplayer, which is something that Respawn is really known for, and you've got a great single player experience, but I hear you might also be doing MP too?
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, the thing about VR is that, I've spent we've known each other a long time. You spend so much of your career trying to map natural human movements to a controller, and just figuring out things like making duck feel good. And one of the hardest ones is leaning. And in VR, you know how you duck? You just duck. And how you lean in VR, you just lean. And so the ability to lean around a corner, just kind of peek around the corner and see where the bad guy is just, it heightens the tension so much. It makes it feel all the more real. And when you put that into a multiplayer experience, it just raises it to a whole nother level. So we are shipping, in addition to the campaign, we are shipping a full suite of VR modes, including a few that you can only do in VR. And we're really excited about people playing those, after it comes out.
Wow, well, definitely a full-blown VR experience. I gotta say, I'm really excited to put the headset
it's really
on
interesting
and try this.
that they focus on VR.
Later this year, right?
Coming out holiday, so
wow.
Fasten your seatbelts. We are so excited to bring it to players. We've been working on it a long time. Like you mentioned, it's a passion project for Vince and I and everyone at Respawn. It's a wonderful full circle experience for a lot of us that started our careers working on those original set, going back first one and Allied Assault, and now to be able to bring Above and Beyond to a whole new generation is one of the most exciting things we've been involved with.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Peter. Opening Night Live will be right back. And in the meantime, here's a look at a new game that is launching tonight.
Okay. Shadow Drop.
The world was broken. Fractured by the magic the Vow Keepers said they would protect us from. Spellstorms still rage across the ruins of the Hollowlands. This is proof, they said. It isn't safe. It can't be controlled. magic cannot be used.
It's kind of cool. Reminds me a bit of the Breath of the Wild art style. Neat.
But I am a battle mage. I have broken my vow. And now I fight to break free.
Just added the exclamation mark bot command, but it looks great. I think art style does a lot. Okay, now we see the actual gameplay. That's good. This is basically a PvP mage game. I know, I really like the art style. I really think Breath of the Wild is a really beautiful game. Spellbreaker. Spellbreak. Spellbreak as a unit in Warcraft though. September 3rd. That looks kind of interesting. Not sure if it's good. Is there single player content or is it like a PvP game, play for free? Okay, it must be it's an Epic Store exclusive though. So temporary exclusive. I don't use really the Epic Store. That's always a problem for me. Oh, Sea of Thieves, Flight Simulator, and other things. Oh, that's No Man's Sky. Final Fantasy 15. What's this? I couldn't see it fast. What's this? What's it called? Neo? Not Neo, Nier Automata. Grounded. Oh, it's basically just a commercial for the Game Pass or something. Or what is available on PlayStation, on Xbox Series X thing. That's really good value. They put in a lot of money to get all those games. I read an article that it's not really worth it when it comes to making money, but they need to push through this to not lose. Oh, there was Resident Evil, Shadow of War, we know that one. Cinema Sacrifice, Hellblade, also called. And then the xCloud stuff where you can play on the go. And the ultimate thing that's also Xbox Live Gold, whatever it's called, Gold included, right? Yeah, the first month is just $1. That's ridiculous.
So many great games in
Just
Xbox Game
value
Pass, and many of tonight's games
put it in relation to the value you get for it.
Every year at Gamescom, we like to highlight some incredible games made in Germany. And tonight, we have a special announcement about one of the most legendary German games of all time, created by Factor 5. Enjoy.
Okay, I just thought it would be Piranha Bytes. That would be sick. Like a Piranha Bytes reveal. New Elix or something.
アミガのサウンドそのものも素晴らしいと思いましたね。日本じゃ本当に聞いたことがなかった音楽でした。
Factor 5 was so far ahead of the curve, and each of their games pushed game technology as far as possible. I'd say
is this, yeah, but it's a guy from Digital Foundry. Recognize his voice.
サウンドはすごいわ、グラフィックは綺麗だわ、ゲームプレイも滑らかで満足いくものだわで、本当にすごかった。今回 タリカンのコレクションが出るってことをとても嬉しく思っているし、これはまた当時みたいにみんなに見せて歩きたいなと思っています。
They made like art type and
this was the
lyrics and
first
stuff
game
like this.
that allowed me to completely fulfill my musical vision. It defined my career and the fans have been there ever since. To this day, it's one of my proudest works.
Actually, it's interesting. I see that in Cologne, but they also have headquarters in California and so on. Oh, they made Lair on PlayStation.
In June,
3?
Bungie revealed a new era of Destiny 2 that starts on November 10th with Beyond Light. For the first time ever, Guardians will add a new elemental power to their arsenal, the dark power of Stasis. With Stasis, players will take on the powers of darkness to control and dominate the battle.
Also,
Here's an all-new look at
Sparta
Stasis
Kun
from
for
Destiny 2
following 12 hours ago. Want to shout out him earlier, but I did not find the time. Probably won't hear it, but nice to have you here.
The darkness is here.
In the group of people following this weird stream.
Away from the light. We need only look inward.
So this is looking good. Angmar, tell us about Destiny.
Your power. Let it grow. Our fight is far from over.
Okay. I have no idea what's going on there.
Let them come. This is their fate. One after another.
Soft reboot with a lot of locations taken out. Interesting. They change things up a little bit. Questions: how important is story anyway for a game like Destiny, where you probably play missions over and over again to acquire better loot and so on? At least that's how I imagine you play this game, right? But not a game for me, I have to admit. Not into MMOs, looter shooters, and so on.
I have one more award to give out tonight, and that is Best Sony PlayStation Game. So, without further ado, the winner is Cyberpunk 2077. Congratulations.
But it's not even out yet.
There are even more awards than the ones I announced tonight. So check out the Gamescom Awards user voting, where you can vote for your favorite streamer, Gamescom's Most Wanted, and Best of Gamescom. The winners will be revealed at Gamescom Best of Show, along with cool cosplayers, esports, and more. So tune in on Sunday, August 30th at 8 p.m. Central European Time to see the grand finale of this year's Gamescom, where we give gamers the stage. That's it for me tonight, but before I turn it back
not
to
important,
Jeff,
but good.
I just want to say that I hope everyone
Nice
out
to have
there
you
is
say,
staying safe and
basically.
healthy. We're all
And
in
if
this
it's good.
together, so take care. Back to you, Jeff.
Thank you very
Thank
much,
you, Sydney.
Sydney. It's great to have you on the show again this year.
Stay healthy
all right,
and
well, a lot
safe
of people
too.
have been wondering, what will the next generation of gaming feel like? How will it be different? What is that generational difference? Well, back in June, we saw the announcement of Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart from Insomniac Games, a title which uses the power of PlayStation 5, the SSD hard drive, and the DualSense controller to create an experience that Insomniac says is only possible on brand new hardware. Well, now it's time for you to decide if you see the difference. Here's an extended, uninterrupted demo of live PlayStation 5 gameplay of Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. Enjoy.
That's actually really smart by Sony. Because this game looked really good. Visually. You saw some of the ray tracing shenanigans going on, but it wasn't perfect. Of course it isn't, because it won't go to extremely high ray tracing settings, because I can't imagine that the console can handle that.
We're back. And not far from where we last saw him. We may still have time to put a stop to this.
Hey, I think I found the bomb bags.
Oh dear. Let's show him how it's done.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Alright. Bringing out the big guns.
Don't want to open that, but for example, in contrast, the Halo Infinite trailer got a lot of flack for not looking as next gen as people might have expected, even though you can't really compare this game with the Halo Infinite. This is not a open world level, right? Open world is always a bit more hungry, and if you can like design levels like these. Yeah. Was too short. Look at reflections and so on.
Put down the Dimensionator, Nefarious. Put down the Dimensionator.
There's a little reflection of this guy in the background in the metal. Really nice.
Soon, everything you see will be mine. Say goodbye.
Yeah. Definitely some ray tracing going on. But not always.
Was that supposed to happen? Hitting Nefarious's device seems to have destabilized reality. The bridge is shot. There has to be another way across. The rifts appeared to react to your device. Try pointing it at one of them. That was rather exciting.
Kind of cool. He definitely designs this up well. There's a lot of reflection stuff going on, and it just looks nicer this way. Of course, it's not perfect, but still pretty good. And they're pretty confident in this game, as they wouldn't show us so much unedited gameplay footage of the game.
This is worse than I had imagined.
Yeah, even has a reflection. Ratchet and Clank even has a reflection on the ground this time. But the lights don't reflect, some of them. We had this debate already a few times. The last time. Oh, they maybe improved a little bit on it too. Of course, you see some stuff where a lot of particles are on the screen that they are probably not reflected properly. But still, quite impressive. It looks really crisp and clean. It looks really next gen.
Yeah, I kind of wish he was doing a worse job. He must have more planned than he is telling us. That's what I'm afraid of.
I feel it looked even better than a little bit better than, maybe I remember it wrong though, than the first time I saw the trailer.
Can't wait to see what's new. More butts?
But yeah, I like that. Usually, when you see something like this, it usually speaks for a lot of confidence of the publisher and developer in this game. And they say, okay, this looks so great. We don't need a guy to make it funny. We don't need a guy to comment on this. We don't need to edit or make a fancy trailer and put fancy music under it. No, we just show you how the game plays because it's that good. It's usually they did the same with Breath of the Wild, and it was one of the best games. So I assume this will be really good. Maybe it's also very late in the development cycle, I'm not sure, but... Now it looks a bit familiar though, again. Space pirates or something. Alien, more alien pirates. Like that. No, Clank. Like how his little red light reflects on his metal head.
Ratchet? Who?
Pretty cool. Even though I still think the PlayStation 5 looks strange. It looks not bad, but it looks too futuristic a bit.
There you have it, Ratchet and Clank, Rift Apart, and now I am joined by Marcus Smith and Mike Daly from Insomniac Games. Guys, it was so great to see that long, uninterrupted demo of Rift Apart, and I have so many questions. It's amazing to see what you're doing with the power of PS5 and the SSD. Let me ask you first, Marcus, what are you able to do with Rift Apart that you haven't been able to do before in a Ratchet game because of the power of PS5?
I mean, first and foremost, it's just pure horsepower, enables us to fill our worlds with the kind of density and life that we've never been able to do before. More importantly, perhaps, though, is the dimensional shifting that we have going on, which uses the SSD that allows us to fling the player from planet to planet to planet lightning fast, like in way, way faster than anything we've ever been able to do before.
Yeah, the Rift tether, we saw that in the demo. We had seen some of that in the trailer. So that's all actual gameplay. Mike, I'm curious, like how does that work as you kind of play through the game? Are there certain moments and levels where you can jump, or how do you play through that?
Yeah, so in the game, there is dimensional damage spread throughout the galaxy that Ratchet and Clank have to find a way to fix. And you can find these weak points in space-time that you can pull to you with your Rift tether. It's like being able to lasso a portal. And that enables you to basically like warp across the world to find new places to discover or gain a tactical advantage in combat.
Wow, yeah, I gotta say, like when you see that,
there's a lot of doors in this room.
Jumping from multiple worlds,
and one is a little bit blocked by the shelf there. It's kind of interesting.
Entire game.
That's right. We're going seamless.
That's right. Yep.
Wow, all right. You bite. So confident both of you say it. I like it. Now, let me ask you about DualSense. That's something that is a big part of PS5. I've had a chance to go hands-on with the controller with the adaptive triggers and the haptics. How are you using that to sort of impact the gameplay of Rift Apart?
So at the heart of every Ratchet and Clank game is a powerful arsenal of weapons that just exude a ton of personality. And the DualSense is sort of like, it feels like it was made for Ratchet and Clank just because the haptics give us a whole new layer for the weapons to express themselves. So for example, your burst pistol, of course it gives you like a satisfying click or kick with every bullet. But when you throw the shatter bomb, you can actually feel the energy pulsing off the grenade fade away as it gets further apart from you. Basically, the haptics are expressive enough that every weapon feels different and you can tell what you're holding. But of course, the adaptive trigger like takes that to a functional level where, in addition to the trigger pull feeling unique, we can actually use that as a super intuitive way to add alternate functions to the weapons. So, for example, in the demo, we've got the Enforcer, which is a double-barreled shotgun. You can pull the trigger part of the way down until you hit resistance to fire a single barrel. And then whenever you feel like it's the right time, pull it the rest of the way for a double shot. So you might be swarmed by a bunch of little enemies. You only want to waste one shot on them, and then wait a minute for even more to swarm in before finishing them off. But a big guy, you probably want to just give both barrels to right away. So there's a nice intuitive way of basically raising the skill ceiling and giving you more ways to play better.
Wow, no, I'm excited to see how you guys are going to roll that out across what I'm sure are an insane, group of weapons as always. Plot-wise, Marcus, tell us a bit about this game. I think some fans have wondered, does this tie into the movie plot line, the game plot line? Like, tell us in the Ratchet-verse where this sits.
Yeah. Well, canonically, this is an extension of Ratchet & Clank Into the Nexus, the 2013 game. But it's a standalone adventure, so it's one that even if you've never played a Ratchet & Clank game, you can get into it and you'll understand it and you'll enjoy it. For hardcore fans, we have a lot of nods. You're gonna see a lot of returning characters and planets and see them all through a whole new light of multiple dimensionality.
Yeah, no, this Rift Tether thing I think looks really exciting. And how often, is that something we saw in the demo? Is that something you're going to see frequently in the game? Are there special moments? I guess I'm curious how often you use that technique for gameplay.
So the Rift Tether has created these anomalies all throughout the galaxy. You'll encounter those pretty often. There's even a few more types of dimensional damage you'll encounter that we haven't shown yet. Okay. Now, being pulled between worlds, that's localized to chasing after Dr. Nefarious in the demo. And that's sort of reserved for special moments when you really have to, when the dimensional damage really tears wide open.
Well, I gotta say, it looks incredible. And then at the end, we got another tease of this female Lombax. I know you guys have confirmed she is playable in parts of the game. I think everyone wants to know, though, do we have a name for her?
The world is more interesting with mysteries, and we're going to have to keep this one a little longer.
Do we get a number of letters in her name or anything?
Too many smart people on the internet. They'll figure it out right away.
She's not named Abby, though, right? All right, well, we'll have to wait and see what you guys have in store for us. I got to say, it looks incredible. The Ratchet games are always so much fun, and as you said, when you think of the power of SSD and the DualSense all coming together, it looks really exciting.
I'd like
Before
if you
we
would
go,
ask
though,
about ray
I think
tracing.
everyone around the world wants to know when we're going to get to play this game. Anything you can share with us on where you're at in development right now? Mike?
So Ratchet & Clank is coming out in the PS5 launch window. So we haven't announced a specific release date yet, so stay tuned for that.
What kind of window? Is it big window? No, I'm just kidding. All right, that's all we're going to get, I'm sure. Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart coming in the launch window for PlayStation 5. I got to say, Insomniac, we're so excited about what you guys are doing across PlayStation.
No, looks really good.
The game looks incredible. So thank you so much for all you've done.
Looks fun and good. That's always it's a beautiful looking game. Like the visuals are really impressive so far.
Marcus and Mike from Insomniac, thanks for showing us
actually,
that first look
it looks really like a big jump from the last generation to
for opening night live.
this,
Thank you so
the
much
next
for
generation.
watching from around the world, and make sure to stay tuned all weekend for more live Gamescom coverage.
Sadly, no Elden Ring news.
As for us, we'll see you later this year.
Maybe that's the last one was trailer thing.
Our team is hard at work to build a very special live show for you coming in December. We'll see you then. Good night.
Okay, it seems that's it. Only a very frustrating review of the Lord of the Rings books. I read that the comment a moment ago, but I just want to wait till the show ends. The author called the Nazgul ghosts. Well, I can see if you don't know the universe too well, you would call them ghosts. I mean, they are wraiths. I'm not sure if there's a difference between a wraith and a ghost. But I don't know, I wouldn't. There are a lot of reviews and so on. Always depends on the perspective of the writer and so on. Okay, that seems to be it. There's a big difference. Okay. I mean, in Lord of the Rings, maybe? Yeah, Lord of the Rings, definitely there is. Ring wraiths are definitely a special case, even for Lord of the Rings things. So, is there something we need to cook? A wraith is a type of ghost, typically, yeah. I'm not sure if it's true, but more an evil ghost, a very evil one, right? It definitely has this evil connotation stronger than the word ghost itself has. But maybe I'm wrong there. Okay, so that was the Gamescom opening show. There was this one strategy game with the 25 seconds turn-based that interact with each other. It looked really interesting. Really cool idea. Liked that a lot. We saw also this other game with this little girl. I forgot the name though. Maybe Andres remembers it if she's still there. She is still there. I check it really fast. It was one of the early games though. Yeah, Unknown 9 The Awakening. I put this on the list too. Looked also really interesting. So yeah, they put this on my... Other was the Lemnis crate. I actually thought it was Gate or something, but in this thing they say... Maybe it is Gate and they just mistyped it. Yeah, it's Gate, not Crate. Okay, so in the article they wrote it just wrong. Maybe it was like autocorrect. It was an article, it was a Reddit post. Yeah, let's watch Chris get scared. Yeah, it was a nice event. Event. I liked it. How do I pronounce the second syllable there? Whatever. Yeah, what are we going to do next? So what I'm going to do is I will probably stop the stream and just to generate a new VOD file, because this VOD will most likely be claimed anyway. It doesn't matter too much, to be honest, but this way we can separate it and say, yeah, hi YouTube, we have a new stream. I will take a short break in between. So I will just stop the stream and then we'll see a be right back screen for a moment, and then we will start the Resident Evil stuff, I guess. Play a little bit. Let's see how far we get. Maybe prepare, and should be downloaded though. I hope I have downloaded it. Yeah, I've downloaded it. Nice. There's a Dota Underlords update I could download in the meantime. I don't play it though. So, I don't know. Let's talk a moment. So far, the feedback seems positive, how you guys liked it and enjoyed the game. It seems. I liked it a lot too. There were some interesting games, was nice. I wasn't really aware of Factor 5 being a German company though. That is one of the weirdest things for me to take away from this. Even though they showed a lot. Well, the Doom thing looked nice. We talked a bit about Star Wars. And our frustrations about the trilogy. But that's, of course, a different topic. Overall, really nice event. I think it had a good pacing. It was a bit weird that they gave away awards for whatever reason. I have no idea why you give awards for games that aren't even out yet. I mean, I don't know. To fully objectively judge if something is good, you need to have the completed product, right? But yeah, I know Soma. A friend of mine played it a bit and we liked it. I think I also saw Let's Play of it, I guess. Maybe I should get rid of the screen here. No, that was a mistake. That's maybe better. It looks a bit like that things are off though. So I mean, I can bring back the other thing here. And maybe talk about some of the other of the stuff we like. Was there anything in the game you really stood out for you? Let's try this here. And you should see it now. I just mute the what's it called? Sound. So this was the Unknown game. It started with the Call of Duty one. That is actually, I think, new. I have not heard about this game. Oh yeah, Outriders, if you are into those kind of games, it's interesting. But it was announced for a longer time. I definitely have seen footage of this game and heard of it. I even recognized it relatively fast, if I remember correctly. So now she goes into the unseen, where we can bring it to full screen. Yeah, it looks nice. Even though we haven't seen actual gameplay, this is clearly a trailer. Curious, but it looks really nice. So I see it could be a pretty interesting game. Curious how it will look when it's done. And this looks a little bit like she is older now. Like her hands look bigger. You know what I mean? She gets back what she once placed there and hid there. Reflector Entertainment. I'm curious what they did before. So let's find that out really fast. Do they have a Wikipedia article? No, it doesn't look like it. Montreal. Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, I think you mentioned that, right? That they are from Montreal. Interesting. Could be their first project though. Interesting. Looks promising though. My hands didn't grow much since I was small. Yeah, that's true. But maybe a little bit. That was the Doom Eternal thing. Pretty much expected. What was that? Was this out? No, this was the Dragon Age Infinite. We haven't seen much of Infinite though. I have to say I have a very weird relationship to Dragon Age Infinite. To Dragon Age, the original one. Like, I like it, it's a pretty good game, but there are also some parts of it that I did not like that much. And then the second one I never played, but a friend played it and he hated it totally. And it also seems like a lot of people didn't like the second Dragon Age too much. And then what was the third one called? Inquisition. And now we got this one here. I have no idea what is the next Dragon Age called? Let's find it out. They already announced the name, Dragon Age 4. Is it just Dragon Age 4 or does it has also like some name? No, it's just known as Dragon Age 4, it seems. And I think BioWare is under a lot of pressure now after the whole problematic review or reception of their Mass Effect Andromeda game. And then Anthem also didn't turn out that well for them, so there was a lot of problems recently. I know some people actually enjoyed at least Mass Effect Andromeda, but Anthem seems like probably a ghost town right now, but they want to remake some parts of it. We have the Back to the Future thing that was also very weird. Then we have Ukabose in this role, who plays this game. I forgot what it was. Oh yeah, it was a bridge constructor with Walking Dead thing on it. It's actually a funny idea. Bridge constructor game with a Walking Dead element in it. Or Zemet. Then Sam and Max. What was that? This looks a bit like Diablo when I first saw it, but then he said, oh, it was Warcraft 3, where it is very, very long Blizzard trailer. Curious what they show for BlizzCon, or Blizzard is planning something for it. That's putting it lightly. I don't know. I have not played Andromeda, so I can't say. I'm not too huge in the Mass Effect series anyway. What was that again? Was this Godfall? No, that was this other game. There must be Godfall in between, because that... No. It's this game. Probably one of the next... Oh, Crash Bandicoot we had. Curious if they can maybe... because when people talk about Anthem, they usually say that, for example, some of the stuff... Oh, you meant Anthem, yeah. That stuff in it looked pretty... it felt pretty amazing, but there was simply not enough content and so on. Maybe it wasn't what they truly expected, but the game looked pretty good. And some people said the flying around and so on, some of the abilities felt pretty powerful and mighty. So they nailed some of the technical things, but they did not necessarily nail like content and quest design and so on. And maybe the multiplayer aspect and loot design and how loot progression works. That's probably what most people complain about. This was the Outriders game that we already talked about a bit. Looks interesting, probably not my game though. Then we have this. This is the Ubisoft shooter, Hyperspace. Looks very fast-paced. Yeah, it's also kind of funny that we have the anime Captain Tsubasa game. What was that again? Yeah, this was a game I didn't know. Right? Something with Necro. Kind of weird game. I don't know if I'm into it. So House of Orlok, House of Asher, House of Goliath. It's actually funny that it's called House of Asher. I know. There's a German football journalist called Asher. Shoutouts to him. September. I want to find out where this guy is from. Is he Portuguese? Is he from Romania? He's from Brazil, so it was Portuguese. Okay. Kind of interesting. Wondered about where this guy is from. It sounds a bit weird, but this one guy was definitely... this guy's definitely from Romania. At least he speaks Romanian. I forgot this game actually. What was the name of this game? perform. Wait, let's check if they did they say play interactive environment. Let's watch this again, really quick. Tuxedo Labs. If Kirdan is still here, maybe he knows the title because I forgot. Play in a truly interactive environment. Okay, this seems like it's a voxel-based game, so it's instead of pixels, you have voxels or polygon. Instead of polygons, you might say, because it's not you don't have polygons in a voxel game. You see how stuff is work. You can drive these things. Every basic structure element of this game is basically can be simulated basically, and that's how you can this. An efficient path. Really cool idea though. I always wanted like a cool little voxel game. I hope this is interesting. Of course, depending on fidelity and so on, voxel games can probably be pretty intense on the hardware side, but yeah, the last guy is Romanian. Highest, prepare for things. Let's skip a little bit through it. I just want to know the name of it. It was something with, not Unbroken, but something like this. Tear Apart or something. What was the name of this game? Can't remember it. But Kirdan said he followed the game a bit. I think that's the end of the trailer. Teardown, that's the name. Oh, I didn't know. Need to leave full screen mode. Where is it? My list. Teardown. That's actually now on my list too. It just flew into my radar. Definitely looks interesting, like that one. Little Nightmares 2. I know about this game. We have the Wrestling game. Kind of weird. What was that? Oh, this also looked cool actually. I want to find out who makes this game. What was that game though? Oh, Squadrons, okay. I should activate the sound.
I used to be an explorer.
The winner of Best Indie Game is Curious Expedition 2.
Curious Expedition 2. I just want to know something. Curious Expedition 2. It's on Steam. Who makes this game? Who's the developer of it? It is made by... Lol, that's a funny name. Maschinenmensch. It's a German, means machine human. Machine man. Who made the other game though? Known Explorers International Society. The art style looks different from this game. It's by Abbey Games. Okay, it's not the same. But it looks kind of cool. So also I like the name Maschinenmensch. So we put this on the list too. Kind of interesting. I like that. Nice little indie game there. Skip through.
We've turned the single live coverage. Gamescom, the freshest. The Gamescom
winner is a delivered suit up.
Squadrons, we already have this on the list. Let's not talk about Star Wars again. Move on.
Absolutely all-star. It's gonna be a...
Yeah, this is Godfall. I have it on my list. Kind of looks cool. I don't know why. It's a bit. Maybe there's a stamina bar and you have to recollect your soul, your progress when you die, like in a Souls game. Maybe it's a Souls-like. I'm not sure. We will see. Let's not talk about the Skywalker saga. So this game also is Warframe, right? I was confused by this in the moment. Oh, the fighting game. I want to find out about this game. What was it called? Game name, please. I think there was it. Something with O. Special crossover announcement coming September. Okay, but what is the game called? Override 2, that's the name. Is it on Steam or so? Always curious about details like these. No, it's not. Where does it release? Is it Epic? Question is, where is Override 1? It is on Steam. It's called Override Mech City Brawl. It's made by The Balance Inc. It is indie mechs as a fighting local co-op thing. Okay, not bad. Interesting. Did not know about that game. Not sure if I will like it though, but kind of interesting. Okay. There's a Mafia game, we already know about that. This is a game we have on the list already. It's not Crate, it's Gate. Here there is a name. One moment. It's Lemnis Gate, not Crate, like in this summary there. Probably a typo. And we see Steam. This game has one good thing, it releases on Steam. So, that's a platform I use a lot. Or the client I use a lot. I don't want to start the Epic debate, but sometimes I just wish it would also release on Epic and not be exclusive to one or another. Like, I don't care where the game releases too much, but I just want to decide. And the problem with Epic on the other side is beyond free games and a very good share for developers, for the user experience, Epic doesn't offer that much. Like, if you take GOG, for example, actually Control comes for GOG. I just read in a new thing. Me, when Lego Star Wars got delayed. Nice to have you here, Eldox. Welcome to the stream. Do you like the new movies? Because, let's say me and a lot of people in the chat weren't too much of a fan of episode 7, 8, and 9, but most of us liked at least Solo and especially Rogue One. Okay, so it's basically everyone has basically the same opinion. Do you like it? No. But yeah, kind of interesting. I hated the 3 main movies too. I think Solo was okay. Rogue One was also really nice, even though I remember how the Rebels got the Death Star plans a little bit differently, but still. Yeah, I also like the prequels to some degree, I guess. Especially I like how the original 3 Star Wars films that are my gem. Yeah, we're just skipping years through the thing here. We have perfect timing. Lego Star Wars is basically next.
Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. The entire series has been reimagined with new, fun-filled Lego humor, and now we've got your first look at the gameplay trailer.
I have to admit, this scene with the Emperor and the lightning was pretty amazing. Let's see if we can find it really quick. Yeah, this one here.
I'm a Jedi, like my father before me. So be it. Jedi.
Was not bad. I like that one. Fun fact, did you know that originally for the films, George Lucas, for the original 3 films, or the original first film from 78, well, my date memory, my brain's just too stupid to memorize things. What came it out? 77, right? Yeah, 77. He wanted to use some existing music pieces for the films, and that's a reason why a lot of the John Williams track we love and know today are inspired and sometimes even heavily inspired by some of these original tracks he wanted to use. There's, for example, wait, I don't know this first name. I'll look it up really quick. There's a German composer called Gustav Holst. I think he's German. Maybe he is. No, he was an English composer. That is interesting. One of Holst's great-grandfathers, Matthias Holst, born in Riga, Lativa, was a Baltic German. Okay, so that's coming. His name sounded pretty German, though. I would say, for Englishmen, Gustav Holst is a very unusual name, but yeah. So he composed a movement or a suite called The Planets, and some of those sound very similar to some of the Star Wars tracks. There's another one. I forgot the name, though, again. Oh, boy, my name memory is so bad. Something with corn. Composer. Was it Goldkorn or something? Yeah, Erich Wolfgang Korngold. That was his name. Erich Wolfgang Korngold. Also, he's an Austrian-born composer. He also made some music pieces, and some of them you also, I think the Star Wars theme, for example, you change a few notes and you at least got the idea of that in his works just much earlier. Like he died in 1957, so he composed all the stuff much earlier, same as Mr. Holst. When did Holst was born? Holst was born 1874 and died 1934. But yeah, really legendary compositions. The Planet, the suit of him. Some people don't know it, but it's kind of iconic that. Just think about it for a moment. If, like, literally, some of the compositions used in film, literally one by one, copy the composition of really great composers. They basically, some would say, they stole the compositions of them and use parts of them. And these days, you just do like a movie review or something and use footage and you get copyright claimed. Well, the original of them, why did these guys not get copyright claims for stealing so much music of other composers? It's an interesting question, in my opinion. But you see how the view on this copyright stuff shifted a lot and got much more stricter in the late 20, 30, 40 years. So, yeah, maybe even before that. But you know what I mean. Just a little side note here.
Star Wars looks from beyond tonight.
This looked also really, really weird. There was another game. I don't know how this. No, it's basically a similar concept. You swing around. It's also co-op, but it's less gross than this one. More as a comic style. It looks somewhat interesting, I have to admit. Such a weird being, though. So what was the other game that came after that? Smoke? What was that? Oh, that was Dark Pictures. Yeah, it was just a little spot. And here, Project Cars. I'm not into racing games, so can't say much to that.
Big day. Tell me why. Congratulations to Don't Not Entertain.
Tell me why. What was that game? Isn't that not out even too?
Social people to remember. So game we're hard.
Oh, this game also surprised me a little bit. Rise as one? No, that was not the name. It was something like Corvus. I don't know what the name was. Something like this. Chorus was the name. Okay, let's put this on the list. Looked kind of cool. I assume it's written with an U and not with a V. So it's the Latin way of writing it. Deep Silver, PlayStation 4, PC. No announcement on which what PC means though. I hope it's not an Epic thing. How dare we already watched all of this, and I need to go to the bathroom real quick and eat something, and then I will stream Resident Evil 2. Fall Guys, definitely cool that they released thing, but we already saw that. This guy looks really young. Just imagine he just sold 7 million copies alone on Steam of his game. It's really impressive. Congratulations again. This was Wasteland 3. I was right about that, right? That's on my list already. I haven't played Wasteland 2, which maybe I need to play. Did you play one of the Wasteland games? I want to look up the history because I think the first Fallout game was... A forerunner for Fallout was Wasteland, a 1999 game developed by Interplay Productions, to which the series is regarded as spiritual successor. I can't remember the story of that exactly. Let us read this thing. The idea of Fallout began with Interplay Productions' Wasteland, released in 1988. Oh, I just read it wrong. At that time, Interplay was not a publisher and used Electronic Arts for distribution of the game. According to Interplay's founder Brian Fargo, they wanted to experience a post-apocalyptic setting and produced Wasteland for that. Sometimes after release, Interplay decided to shift focus and become a publisher while still developing games. Fargo wanted to continue to use the Wasteland intellectual property, but could not negotiate the rights back from Electronic Arts. Still wanting to do something in a post-apocalyptic setting, Fargo and his team decided to make a new setting and game, determining what aspects of Wastelands were positives, and wrote and developed a new game around it, ending up with the first Fallout games, released nearly 10 years after Wasteland. So yeah, that was a story behind it. He could not get the rights for Wasteland, and then they just created Fallout. And now Fallout is the big guy and Wasteland the small series. Even though it started the other way around, I guess. Thank you, much appreciated. Check back every day to see if you're famous. Yeah, on Twitch probably will take some time to get famous here, but at least on YouTube, channel is going really well right now. Can't tell you exactly the numbers, but I have to admit I'm surprised myself how well I'm doing right now. Really, really strong months for me, even though I've uploaded some good videos. It's not like that, but still surprising to me, to be honest. But nice to have you here. I also wish you a fantastic day. See you in the future. Always thank you for tuning in and your support. The good old content creators. There's Sampella talking about Medal of Honor. We talked about that. It's kind of interesting that this guy here, Sampella, worked on Medal of Honor originally. Then he went and founded Triarch. Not Triarch, Infinity Ward is the name. Not Triarch is the other studio that does Call of Duty. And they did the first Call of Duty. And then slowly this game here, Medal of Honors, I remember this coming out in 1999, I think, for PlayStation 1. It blew away so many people and say, whoa, this game, Medal of Honor, that's the thing to play right now. If you shoot, you can even shoot the helmets off of soldiers' heads if you give them a headshot and stuff like this. It was really impressive in the PlayStation days. And now, over time, EA ran it basically into the ground and nobody cares about Medal of Honor anymore. And now, this guy who founded Infinity Ward left Infinity Ward with Sampella and some other guys were the original founders of Infinity Ward as a division of Activision. He left this company and founded, can we see the name of it here? Maybe next? Where is it? It founded this company called, you probably have heard about. Found a company called Respawn Entertainment that did Titanfall. And now they're doing Medal of Honor again. That is Respawn Entertainment. Kind of interesting, isn't it? how this all is connected to some degree. Those people that started making these games, returning to it and making it again. It would be really curious. Let's just spin this further. What would happen if basically it's a reverse sweep? Basically, Medal of Honor went under, Call of Duty raised to new heights. What is if now Medal of Honor rises again and Call of Duty is in decline? That would be really funny, actually. Really curious what they are doing with this. Even though they stay in World War II and Call of Duty these days. There was one Call of Duty game playing in World War II again, but I don't see that they return to that anytime soon. Also, probably German ancestors. Hirschmann. Peter Hirschmann. But he's obviously an American. This looked kind of interesting. I wanted the name of that too. What was the name? Spellbreak, I think, yeah. We talked about that. I like the art style. Andres said she thinks the art style is a bit overused. I can definitely see this. But I like it still a lot. Looks a bit like Breath of the Wild. Cool game. You have mages and fight other mages. Maybe it's cool. You can check it out. Age of Empires 3. Was never a huge fan of that. We saw that too. That was this game's thing here. Yeah, that was the Effective 5 thing with Turrican and stuff like this they did. Didn't know that there was a German company, actually. That was really interesting. Germany does not really develop many video games. And when they do, they're usually not that good. Have technical issues, with some exceptions like Crytek. I think the Spellforce games were also quite good when they released. Maybe I'm wrong there, remembering that wrong. I don't know, probably normal. I need to, after Neo, I need to relax a little bit. We skip a bit through this year, because Angmar has seen it several times by now, I guess. Destiny 2, not my game. Cyberpunk is not out yet, so it gets a award. Interesting. Ratchet & Clank, that was the last thing, right? That looked, like I said, there's not much to say. You see him... Wait a moment. Yeah, you see, for example, that some of the particles have actual shadows, which is impressive, but not all of them have. You see these things here, they don't have shadows, whatever that is, these little crumbles here. This one has some particles, though, have. I have to give them credit for that. But it seems not consistent at times. You see the shots reflecting in the water, that's really impressive. But you also don't see the reflection here in this thing. So it's not ray tracing all over the place in this one. You know what I mean? But it looks really good. It looks, visually, it looks really, really impressive. There's also reflections here in these canisters, or what they are, on the sides of the train. You see the reflections here changing a bit. Kind of cool. They have shadows and they reflect a little bit. Wait a minute, do they reflect in the ground? Yeah, they reflect on the ground and they have shadows. Really nice. I can't jump back like a second though. Here you see that the reflections on the ground of those crates is not correct here in this scene. You see. But yeah, it still looks impressive though. Definitely looks really, really good. Okay, guys. So, in the meantime, you can, I don't know, discuss or vote or whatever you do. Are we going to play Resident Evil 2? I think I will start in a moment. I will switch the title to Resident Evil 2. And call it okay. Let's call it the Chill Resident Evil 2 playthrough. Well, probably chill is the wrong word for Resident Evil, right? How could you call? well, I go with it. So we change the title for the stream. No, I did a terrible mistake here. So I think a lot of people said that I should play this game next, so we now it works. I several times mistyped the word playing. I start playing through Resident Evil 2. Not a blind playthrough, though. It's almost blind because I haven't played it in a long time. It's not like I have the game memorized in my mind, but I really want to go through it again. Need to prepare some stuff for it. I just take a very short break. We'll be back in, I don't know, let's say 10 to 15 minutes, if that's okay with you. I will let the stream going in the meantime. We'll just eat a little bit in between because I'm hungry. That's why I take a little bit more time. And then I will be back. I will restart the stream though, in case you wonder what is going on. I just say, like in a moment, put off the stream. I put in the be right back screen in the meantime, mute myself, and then I'm back in some time. Maybe you hear sounds, strange sounds in the background, like me starting the game in the background. I will also switch maybe. Yeah, you can, in the meantime, you can, for example, go to my channel and watch a video, or a shorter one at least. I don't know what you do, but I hope I see some of you guys in a moment. We can say goodbye, YouTube. And I forgot to mute the tab here of the trailer thing. So that was the last thing, right? There was nothing after the widget and click. No, we forgot nothing. So stay tuned, don't go anywhere or so. I just get rid of this here. Maybe I can start the Resident Evil game in the background already. So we have something to hear. I can also start a commercial or so. That would be interesting. Well, maybe I could just use the end screen for YouTube now and just pretend that we're stopping the screen now. So goodbye, YouTube. Resident Evil next. Just restart the stream. See you in a moment.